What's good? It's Sunday night, April 11th, and I've got 25 orders to ship for Monday. This is a personal record. 25 is insane. I'm actually waiting for payment on 12 more shipments, so 37 potentially. Absolutely fantastic if you're just joining. This is where I document my reselling part-time journey. Been reselling for just about a year, been selling online for about a decade, so the resale side of things is more new, but online sales is pretty familiar to me. Most of what I get is storage locker auctions and resell the contents, and then some odds and ends from thrift stores here and there. So of these 25, I'm going to start with the non-auction. So I had I had 20 something auctions end tonight, which is why I have so many. But the sales that were not auctions added up to quite a bit of money already. So early Saturday, I sold these. So I have a set of these. These are Snowboard Bindings, I believe. Pretty good shape. I've got these in a most recent locker with a bunch of sporting equipment. I got an offer for these within. This is one of those ones where you start wondering if you listed them too low. Listed them for $48 and got an offer for $40 within an hour of listing them. I'm already riding pretty high on this locker, and I have a lot of equipment to still list and a lot of bulky stuff. So just taking the money to move the inventory was worth it. So $40 plus shipping. Those are made by Union, made in Italy, so I figured they're a decent brand, and they seem to check out. I'll grab this real quick. This is the next order that this has nothing to do with storage lockers. I put a bunch of money into cards before the pandemic hit, and cards have been on a tear. So two of these three. So this one I bought on eBay, but these two I pulled out of packs. Box of cards now cost as much as my mortgage. So the box that this came out of costs like $2,000 now, which is insane. But I got a lot of these cards that I pulled. I sent them in to get graded, and I chose SGC, which is generally considered to be like the third most popular brand for grading. I am quite a fan of them. I think the cards look really good in that black, but in terms of resale value, they're not as great. So the three of these I got $400 just about for. If these were in PSA, so if this was a 1099, probably would have been about $600 give or take. But really, as far as the comparable value, this is pretty high up there for me. So I've got a couple cards of him. I have one silver from him, which is the one I'll be sitting on forever. Paid about $45 for this one on eBay. Paid another $10 to get it graded, so I'm in for about $50. Sold it for $70 or $80, so there's still profit there. The fact that it came back a 9 is not great for me, and when I bought it, I didn't know anything about cards, so you can see from where you're sitting the poor centering. It's very bad left to right, and that hits hard on the value of the card. So based on the centering, stay tuned, because I'm going to have some cool stuff on centering in the next week or two. So it's $400 right there. That was a solid sale. Another one that sold tonight that was not an auction. This is the last GameCube game of the bunch from a couple weeks ago. Storage locker. Probably pulled right around $200 something just in GameCube games alone, and I was only in for about $300 on those two huge garbage bag lockers. So that was an absolute killer. There's another couple $100 order. Again, it's an item that I'm not going to show for family content reasons, if that makes sense. That one is being shipped out from eBay. Another LP. This one is a little rough around the edges. And Margaret on the way up, and I had this up for $18. Got an offer for $14 today. I was out and about. That was too easy to say yes to. And then a couple ones here. Winston Churchill books sell pretty well. These are killer. Anything paranormal, anything occult, anything palm reading, whatever you call it. I think it's all occultist. This stuff sells insanely well. So this one took a little while to sell, but this is a encyclopedia, so it's 2 volumes. It's A through L. The other one's sitting over there. I've got 2 copies of these, and those do extremely well. I sell out of those as fast as I find them. Thrift stores, especially, if you find those. It's good and bad. So if I saw this at a thrift store or a garage sale, I would instinctively pick it up immediately. It's from 1970, Peanuts classic. It's just kind of a bunch of comics built into one. You would think it has crazy resale value. I got like $5 for this, so, and it sat for a while. Just because it seems intriguing doesn't mean it's gonna sell crazy well. This is a thrift store pickup. Paid 50 cents for it because it's paperback. Intermediate microeconomics, basically a textbook, 9th edition, pretty up to date, not perfectly up to date. And I got almost $40 for this. So whenever I'm near a thrift store, I go to town on the book section. I'll spend 5 minutes. If I find a single book like this, 5 minutes to make a $40 profit, I will take that all day, every day. Especially if it's not out of my way. And then the last one, this is 15-20 bucks, a book about trains. So that is it for the non-auction items. I will cut this real quick and show you the auction items. All right, so first up on the auction items is a Mitchell & Ness Warriors hat. I didn't think it was vintage. It's just harder to find this exact style. Had a couple watchers. This one sold for $1.25. So buyer pays for shipping, so don't really make any money there, but use it as a learning lesson, so it is what it is. Next up is envelope 8. So it's another, I don't want to call them disappointing, because I got a lot of value from these and learning, and I think the next week, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to do another lot of auctions, and I'm going to learn a lot. So youth size sweatshirt from Disney store, Winnie the Pooh, 99 cents, same thing. This one fits first class, so buyer paid $5 shipping for that. Next one up is P5. So this one is a pair of shoes. Brand is called Blowfish. This was in my donate pile. Keep kicking things like this where they're in good shape. Seem to have value, but just not worth listing and sitting on for 6 to 12 months because they take up space after a while, and the size is not desirable. It's a size 9 women's, so I listed it as an auction just to learn. Got 99 cents for that, so kind of reinforced my theory that it's really not worth the time for some of these. This one is, if I can scroll to it, this one again, someone got a crazy deal. This is LL Bean hat, trapper hat, whatever you call it. Basically, it's got the flaps. Great condition, incredible. Again, if I sat on it for 6 to 12 months, can probably get $30–40 for it. For clothing especially, that's not my forte, nor is that my interest to sit on something that long. I got $2.03 for that. So had some bids, but that by no means is a home run for me. It's barely, it's not even a hit. E1. Next we have, I believe it's that. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so this is a Adidas shirt. Not in great condition. It's a little dingy around the collar. I had a ton of watchers. I had like 10 or 11 watchers on this, which was surprising to me. Got $3.76 on that. My lesson learned on that is I have activewear, so like more of the like sweaters and stuff like that from Adidas and Nike. So I'm gonna try those in the next round as auctions, because if just a regular long sleeve t-shirt went well with a lot of attention, I think those brand names will do well. This next one is a t-shirt, Born Fly, or Be Fly. Born Fly is the brand. This one again had a little bit of attention, but ended up selling for 99 cents, just the one bid. So again, lesson learned. I'm clearing it out. Someone gets a great deal, doesn't go to Goodwill, and it's a win-win to me. Last one here is P4. This is a pair of pants, sleeve. Okay, this is one of my better ones. So, this is True Religion. I think I had these up for about 25, maybe 30 bucks on Poshmark for a month or two. Had no attention, had a lot of likes and shares, but no real offers on them. They're in great shape. Men's size 34, which I think is a great size. It seems pretty common size for men. Had good attention. These sold for $22 plus the buyer paid for flat rate envelope shipping, so they're in for about 30 bucks. So that's pretty solid to me. That's the type of item that next time I find one like that, I'll know, okay, go for an auction. It's a great way to just clear it out, make some money. Give me 2 seconds and I'll pull the rest of these 25 orders. All right, next order is one I did not really expect to sell. Had 2 bids on it, which is something, so $1.25. Sound of Music is from 1959, and this is the sheet music, but for vocals. So, pretty cool collector's piece, I think, but it was just one of those things that there's a couple on the market. They're all around $10, free shipping. So I was like, all right, let me just figure out. So someone got a good deal on it. I get to move it out. I'd rather do that than donate it or trash it, because odds are it'll get trashed when I do donate it. Next one I'm not going to show because it's already packed up. It's in its original box. It's a pair of shoes from Cole Haan. They're boots. It's Cole Haan and Nike. I got those in a boutique locker. I expected great things out of them. I dragged my feet and just never listed them on Poshmark. So I knew, let me just clear them out. And I've already made my money on that locker. So I'm just trying to turn inventory. They're used, even though they're in the original box, which kind of hurts. A lot of them were selling for about $30 to $40 on Poshmark, it seemed. I just didn't give it the time of day. It ended up selling for like $3.25. So again, someone got a steal. I hope they rock them and love those boots, and I get some valuable lesson learned there. So let me pull the last few items here. All right, I am burying myself now, so I'll be happy to be rid of this stuff. So next up, again, I tried to do this as like spring cleaning. So this is an item I've been sitting on for a couple months. I bought early January. It's a Yoda backpack, new with tags, from Disney World. There were some comps that had sold right around 70 bucks. I had very little attention. This thing's been listed for several months, around $60. I had no offers, no sales, obviously. Decided to put it up for an auction, and that one disappointed. So I thought I was actually gonna that was gonna be the one and only that I relisted as a buy it now. But somebody swooped in last second and got it for 99 cents. So again, going to a good home, hopefully, and someone got a steal. Good for them. That's the beauty of eBay. Hopefully they come back and buy more stuff from other sellers, and it's a win-win. Next one, again, was a lesson learned. This one wasn't too surprising. So these are, I don't even know how old these are. They seem to be an older model because I couldn't find any info on them. They are ski boots made by a company called Technica. They are made in Italy, so just like the bindings, I was like, these might be decent. The more modern versions of these seem to sell pretty well. People are paying 20-30 bucks plus shipping for them. They are super bulky. 2 of them don't even fit in like a large flat rate, so I put them in a large priority box and then pay the weight for them. So the shipping, let's see, so they paid $21 for shipping for them. They're probably on the same coast because it would be more expensive further, but again, snagged it for 99 cents. There was not like a crazy bidding war just because the shipping alone is so much. Next is a pretty similar situation. I didn't bother grabbing the second one because same thing. So bulky. I gotta rig 2 boxes together to get these to fit because they're just barely too big. These are vintage. I think they're late 90s. Can't find a whole lot of. There are some comparable ones, but can't find like manufacturer date for them. So these are made rollerblade, Astro blades, pretty common size, and these sold for $4.33. So there was a bidding contest there, but again, 5 or 6 bids for 50 cents a piece doesn't really mean a whole lot. So that's a good lesson learned. I've got a ton of rollerblades. I was trying to sell them locally. That may be enough motivation for me to just donate them, get them to a good place, just to move along and free up some space, since there's not a whole lot of time or value for them. This one, again, I don't want to call these disappointments, but it's all lesson learned. I'm moving inventory. So Redskin stuff tends to sell pretty well. This one in particular is a late 90s jacket, puffer jacket with a hood, and it's NFL branded one, and it's light, but it takes up a lot of volume, so they paid about $13 to ship it. That one had a little bit of tension, but again, sold for $1.78. Hopefully it goes to good home. Same thing. Logic of, I'm moving it. It's going to sit here forever. To me, it's really not worth getting $40-$50 for it to sit on it for 6 to 12 months when I'm still in this mode of, I want to learn which items. I want to have that second nature, that sixth sense of being able to look at something and say, hey, that's worth me sitting on, and that's worth me just getting rid of it for cheap or donating it just to move along. So, next one, I usually try and build up a little bit more before I put these up. So just a lot of CDs. Half were what I would consider just kind of generic and not so great, but some were some pretty good names. There were 28 CDs sold for $10.50. So around, well, plus $6 shipping. So right around 50 cents a piece with shipping. I like to do bigger volume because the shipping is prohibitive. So because it is media mail, that helps. But once you hit 50, 100 CDs, that shipping cost starts factoring in less to the per piece item. So when I do a lot of 100 CDs, I'm more likely to get 50 plus cents a piece because the shipping isn't so rough. Below that is 2 pairs of jeans. One company is called Resale, and the other one is called 1738 Original or something like that. I got a whopping, I don't even know what I got for those. I think I got $2 or $3 for those. Well, I lied. They still haven't paid for those, so got just a couple dollars for those. Next up, I was actually super excited for this because sat on it for a while. I can't identify it to save my life. That is Daffy Duck with a football helmet on, and we have the Buffalo Bills color scheme name. This MR to me seems like it is a trademark acronym, but I can't for the life of me figure out what MR stands for. The fact that it's centered off to the right makes me less likely to think it stands for Mr. Bills. If it was over on left Justified, that would make sense to me. But if anyone knows maybe old school trademark terms, if MR stands for something, I couldn't find anything on the patent office site or the trademark site. But this is leather, lamb leather or something like that. Within 2 hours of listing this, I had 2 bids from 2 different people and a couple of watchers. Both of the bidders had vintage in their name, so I figured they were resellers trying to snag it for cheap, which to me was like, okay, it's a good product, should go well. Didn't disappoint, but didn't go as crazy as I was thinking once it got that attention. So I got $18.52 for that. So if that does go to a reseller, I hope you know your market. I hope you find someone and can find some Buffalo Bills Looney Tunes fan that drop $100 for that. So best of luck. Next up is another one of the decent ones. So there's no shoelaces. These are old. These are Nike Cortez'S. The problem I had with these, identifying them, is almost every one from the 90s matched this with 2 exceptions. all of this being lowercase, I could not find a single match for that. And the length of the swoosh. Most of the modern Cortez'S, the swoosh connects right here with the heel. All of this matches. The style and the length of this was a variable, and the lowercase. So it made me think, I was looking mostly at men's, that these were women's, and of course the tag is ripped out, so it's no help for identifying the age, but definitely had some age to them. We're in decent shape, so I decided to let the internet do its thing. Had a ton of offers and a ton of, or not offers, a ton of watchers and a ton of interest out the gate. So I was expecting this to be one of the last minute wild ones. Got $10.25 for them, so it's better than nothing. Again, just moving inventory, and you learn as you go. This is one of the outperformers, so pretty solid. These are Adidas Pro model, in really good shape. They're used, but again, not a whole lot of scuffs or marks on the outside. Could be cleaned up a little bit better. Got $41 for these. These were size 13, so I didn't think men's 13 would do too well, but this is actually good news to me that 13 might be a not so bad size for selling. And that might not be all 25 for the day, but let's see. Oh man, I have one more sitting here somewhere. Oh well. Last one, I'll just tell you what it is. I'll pull it up here. So last one is a Disney jacket. So I'm experimenting with clothes. I'm experimenting with the vintage because I really want to see if that has a solid turnaround and resale through auction instead of sitting on them, because clothing, it just kills me. So this one had a bunch of patches and it was kind of cool. It's definitely from 90s. So it's Mickey and Company, Disney International, and it's patchwork. There's no tag in it, so I did the measurements, compared it. It seemed to be extra small, adult. If not, it was child, like large. Same thing, decent attention, felt pretty good about it, and not too disappointed. So I got $12.50 for it. There's one of a different size but exact same one on eBay that's been listed for right around $100, and they've been sitting on it forever. So in my mind, weren't really any comps items like that. Even if you cross post them on Poshmark, Depop, and eBay, you're sitting on them for 6 to 12 months to get that $50. $12.50 for 5 minutes of work and clearing it out of my inventory quickly. I'll take $12.50 over $50 almost all day. So lots of lessons learned, great value. I'm hoping to apply this logic and this information in 2 weeks and do another maybe 20. I'll be a little more moderate with it. 20, if I do more, even better, auctions in 2 weeks. And then my goal there would be for two things: to improve my average sale price. So of these 26 things that sold today, the average sale price was around $10. So I got $260 from 26 items. So increase that average sale price, and then increase my sell-through rate on the auction. So if I'm only selling 60-65% of the auctions, there's still room for learning, in my opinion. If I have even more than 10% is my kind of logical pick. If I have more than 10% of my auctions that are going unsold, that means I still have room to grow in learning the market, because those are items that are not meant to be auctioned. Yes, they can be flukes sometimes and just bad timing, bad luck, but that is the kind of nature of what I'm trying to learn. What is right for the auction, and things change with time, but what does well and what helps me just move inventory, because that's the game I'm in right now. I don't have the same dollars invested in these items as people buying these at garage sales and thrift stores, because I'm buying in bulk and I am in a volume game. So any tips and tricks I can learn to sort and flip quicker is money in my pocket. So hopefully some of this is valuable. I will be checking in next week with a different purchase. I'm not buying a storage locker this week. I'm buying something different, and this can be a long-term a long-term game. So I'll try and document that along the way, and I'll catch you on the next one.